Hello and welcome to Law Kanya. In today's video, I will be discussing about the Juvenile Justice Act and the major amendments that have taken place under this act by the Union Parliament. Now, the Union Parliament has amended the act, that is the Juvenile Justice, Care and Protection of Children Act 2015. This was to bring and entrust more responsibilities on bureaucrats when it comes to implementing provisions of law. Now let us look why this act has been brought first. Now, the first act, that was the Juvenile Justice Care and Protection of Children Act 2000. This was implemented at first, but then after the Delhi gang rape case where one of the accused was a juvenile between the age of 16 to 18, regarding that and his treatment, the new act has to be passed in the parliament in the year 2015, which is the Juvenile Delinquency Law of 2015. Now, the act changes the nomenclature of juvenile to child or child in conflict with law. Also, it removes the negative connotation associated with the word juvenile. One of the main provisions of the new act was that the juvenile charged with heinous crimes and who are between the age of 16 to 18 years would be tried as adult and processed through the adult justice system only. As I have already told that this was in relation to the Delhi gang rape case. Also, the nature of the crime, whether the juvenile should be tried as a major or child, was to be determined by the Juvenile Justice Board, which is set up in every district. Also, Child Welfare Committee must be set up in every district, and both these have at least one woman member each. Also, another major provision was that the Act streamlined adoption procedure for orphans, abandoned and surrendered children, and the existing Central Adoption Resource Authority, also known as the CARA, has been given the status of a statutory body to enable it to perform its functions more effectively. The Act also included several offences committed against children, like illegal adoptions, use of child by militant groups, offences against disabled children, which are not adequately covered under any other law. Now, let us look at the amendments passed by the Union Cabinet this year. The inclusion of serious crimes apart from heinous crimes. It has included for the first time the category of serious crimes, differentiating it from heinous crimes, while retaining heinous crimes. Both heinous and serious crimes have also been clarified for the first time, removing any ambiguity. What this means is that for a juvenile to be tried for a heinous crime as an adult, the punishment of crime should not only have a maximum sentence of 7 years or more, but also a minimum sentence of 7 years. This provision has been made to ensure that the children, as much as possible, are protected and kept out of the adult justice system. Heinous crime with a minimum imprisonment of 7 years pertain mostly of sexual offences and violent sexual crimes. Crimes like the possession and sale of illegal substance such as drugs or alcohol will now fall under the ambit of serious crimes and will be punished accordingly. The second point to be noted here is expanding the purview of district and additional district magistrates. The recent report of 2019-2020 had found that not a single childcare institution in the country was found to be 100% compliant of the provisions of Juvenile Justice Act. So now the district magistrates and the additional district magistrates will monitor the functioning of various agencies under the Act in every district. This includes the Child Welfare Committee, the Juvenile Justice Board, the District Children Protection Units, and the Special Juvenile Protection Units. Amendment also says that no new children's home can be opened without the sanction of the district magistrate. They are also responsible now for ensuring that the children's falling in their district are following all the norms and procedures, which was earlier relaxed and the procedure lacked effective oversight. Now all these will be looked by the district magistrate itself. He will also carry out the background check of the child welfare committee members who are usually social welfare activists, including educational qualifications, as there is no such provision currently to check if a person has in case of a girl abused or against hit. To hasten the process of adoption and to ensure the swift rehabilitation of children into homes, the foster homes, the amendment further provides that the district magistrates only will also provide and be in charge of sanctioning adoptions, removing lengthy court processes. Now we can conclude that while the amendments have been welcomed by most in its attempt to provide better protection to children in need of care, the challenge perceived is that having given too many responsibilities to the district magistrate. Now will be decided by the time itself whether this is effective or not. So this was all the major amendments that took place by the cabinet in the Juvenile Justice Act. For more such updates, follow my channel and thank you for watching this video.